Sairam students, today we are going to learn Geography 6th chapter, Importance of Oceans. Before that, let's take a short recap what we have learned in the previous session. We had learned History 7th chapter, India during the Maurya period part 3. In it, we had learned Administration during the Maurya period, life of the people during the Maurya period, art and literature. And today we are going to start with the main constituents of the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere includes all the water bodies that exist on the earth. This covers all the oceans, seas, rivers and their tributaries, lakes, reservoirs and also groundwater. Of the total global waters, 97.7% is contained in ocean. So students, the hydrosphere includes all the water bodies that exist on our earth, and this covers oceans, seas, rivers and the tributaries of the rivers, then lakes, reservoirs and also groundwater. Okay. And of the total global water, 97.7% is contained in our ocean. Okay. Now the next. See, what is this? This is a picture of living things in the hydrosphere. So students, we always see the living world around us. There is considerable diversity in the living world on land. The living world in the hydrosphere is many times greater than the living world on land, and it has a much greater diversity. Okay. Now the next. Students, now here we are going to take some water in a steel dish. It is better if the water is from a bore well. Keep the water in direct sunlight. Do not remove the dish until all the water gets evaporated. Observe the dish after the water has evaporated completely. What do you see? Yes, taste the substance in the dish. Now we will see the next point, salts in water. You must have noticed that after the water evaporated completely, a whitish layer is left in the dish. If you taste it, you will find that it is salty. You will realize that these are the salts in the water. Yes, students, after this experiment, if you taste the substance which is there in the dish, it is whitish color. The substance will be salty, as you will realize that these are the salts in the water. Okay. Now the next. In drinking water, the proportion of salts is quite low. Water from oceans and seas has a greater amount of salt, hence it tastes salty. Students, as you know, the water which we drink, the proportion of salt is quite low. So we can drink the water because it's not salty. And water from the ocean and sea has a greater amount of salt. Hence, that water is salty in taste. Okay. Students, you can see in this picture volcano under the ocean. Okay. So what is this? This is the lava. See, it's coming out. How it bursts. What is this? This is a smoke. So this is volcano under the ocean. Now the next. There is abundant aquatic life in the oceans, from the microscopic planktons to huge whales. Different types of living things are found in the oceans. Once they die, their remains accumulate in oceans. This means, students, plenty aquatic life in the oceans is there, and from the microscopic planktons means from a small microorganism to a huge whales, different types of living things are found in the ocean. Once they die, their remains accumulate, means they get collected in the oceans. Okay. Next, all rivers flowing from mountains or hilly areas finally meet the oceans. Sediments from eroded lands, trees and bushes flowing with the water, dead remains, etc. enter the oceans with the river water. This means, students, from all the rivers flowing from the mountains and hills or from the hilly areas, finally they come and meet to the ocean. And sediments is a naturally occurring material that is broken down by the process of weathering and erosions, and is subsequently transported by the action of wind, water or ice, or by the force of gravity acting on the particles. Okay. Then from the eroded lands, trees and bushes flowing with the water, even dead remains, they also enter the oceans with the river water. Okay. Now next, causes of increase in the level of salts and minerals in ocean water. In both the processes, the dead remains decompose, releasing various minerals and salts in the ocean water. Volcanic eruptions occur on land. Similar volcanic eruption take place in the ocean as well. Okay, this means, students, in the both processes we have seen the dead remains, they decompose and release various minerals and salts in the ocean, so the ocean water becomes salty. And volcanic eruption, as it occur on land, it also occur in the ocean. Next, during volcanic eruptions, different minerals, ashes, salts and gases are added to the water. This increases the level of salts and minerals in ocean water. Due to the continuous evaporations of oceanic waters, the proportion of salt increases. This means, students, during the volcanic eruption, different types of minerals, ashes and salts and gases are released, and they are added to the water. Now this increases the level of salt in the ocean water, and even minerals are also increased in the ocean water. Due to the continuous evaporation of oceanic waters, the proportion of salts increase and the water becomes salty. Next point, salinity of ocean water. All these things make the ocean water salty. The salinity of ocean water is different at different places. Salinity is expressed in terms of mils, particles per thousand. This is the symbol of mil. So all these things makes the ocean water salty, and the salinity of the ocean water is different at different places, and it is expressed in terms of mils, and this is the symbol of mils. Okay. Now the average salinity of oceanic water is 35 mils. The Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity. Its salinity is 332 mils. This means, students, the Dead Sea is known to have the maximum salinity. and the salinity of the Dead Sea is 332 mils, and the average salinity of the oceanic water is 35 mils. Okay. Now next, salt pans and salt and other minerals. We obtain salt from the salty waters. Salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pans in the coastal areas. Salt is an item in our diet. Many minerals like phosphates, sulfates, iodine, etc. are also obtained from the sea. We depend on oceans to some extent for minerals. This means, students, salt as a substance is obtained by constructing salt pans in the coastal areas. Then we obtain salt from the sea water or from the salty water. Okay. Then salt is an item in our diet. We use salt. Without salt, our food is tasteless. Then many minerals like phosphates, sulfates, iodine, etc. are also obtained from the sea. We depend on oceans to some extent for the minerals. Okay. Students, this is a picture of salt pan. Salt pans mean the beds are made and the water from the ocean is being collected over here. Because of the heat or the sun rays, the water is evaporated and the whitish part is remained, and that is salt. So in this way the salt is being produced. Okay. Now this is the picture of various food items. So here some food items are shown. This is mutton, steamed rice, vada pav, idli sambar, chicken, fish, sabudana vada, khakra, prawns and paratha. Now the next, fish and other marine animals. Many of us include fish in our diet. We get fish from rivers, lakes and seas. The proportion of fish in seas is much greater than of those in rivers and lakes. Catching marine animals is a large scale activity the world over. This means, students, many of us include fish in the diet. So we get fish from rivers, lakes and seas, and the proportion of fish in sea is much greater than those in the rivers and lakes, and catching of these marine animals like fish is a large scale activity in the world over. Okay. It is one of the ancient occupation of human beings. Though food is the major purpose of this activity, marine animals are also used for the production of fertilizers, pharmaceuticals and also in research. So students, though food is the major purpose of this activity, marine animals are also used for the production of fertilizers, pharmaceuticals and also in the research. It is one of the ancient occupations of the human being. In India, people mainly consume prawns, colambi, clams, tisre, crabs, then shearfish, surmai, mackerel, bangda, pomfret, paplet, Indian shark, mori, Indian salmon, ravas, etc. Students, those are all seafoods, or you can say marine food, which we Indians mainly consume. Okay. Next, many other types of marine animals are consumed in different parts of the world. The life of people from countries that have a coastline largely depends on the sea, especially if there are few other occupations. Seychelles, Mauritius, Maldives, etc. are some of this. So students, many other types of marine animals are consumed in different parts of the world. Okay, and life of the people from the countries that have coastal lines largely depend on the seafood, especially if there are few other occupations. Okay, if there are only few other occupations like Seychelles, Mauritius, Maldives, etc. are some of these countries. Okay. Now what we have learned? We have learned today the main constituents of the hydrosphere, then salts in water, causes of increase in the level of salts and minerals in the ocean water, then salinity of ocean water, salt pans and salts and other minerals, then fish and other marine animals. Okay, and now we are going to do activity. Find out the odd man out. You are going to find the odd man out. 4 options are given. First, shell, fish, crab, ship. So what will be the answer? A, shell, B, fish, C, crab, D, ship. What will be the answer? Yes, ship. Ship is the odd man out because others are the marine animals. Second, Arabian Sea,
Mediterranean,
Sea, Dead Sea, Caspian Sea. The options are Arabian Sea, B,
Mediterranean,
C, Dead Sea, D, Caspian Sea. So your answer is Dead Sea. Dead Sea is the odd man out. Okay. Third, copper, salt, gold, manganese. Options are A, copper, B, salt, C, gold, D, manganese. And your answer is B, salt. Okay, salt is odd man out because others are metals. Okay, that's all for today. Sairam, thank you.